on the phone? Is it right on the?
You gotta look here, not there.
Is it? I'm saying, is it right there though, or no?
The camera is right here.
You know what I'm saying? Is it okay though on there?
Yeah.
Oh my god, this dude is crazy. Yo, what the fuck? You keep fucking up my shit, my live. Yo, you're just Yo.
He's here.
Nigga, alright. FYI, if you want to do a podcast, you need a second phone.
Yo, that's what I just told him. I just said that.
You didn't know that?
No, I know that, you piece of shithead. This is special to me because this is the first, episode or first blog of my documentary. This is going to be for entrepreneurs, barbers, anybody from a person that works in retail, people that had addiction to things, where you feel alone in the mind state of getting out of it. It doesn't matter if you, even under influence or whatever, I just want to, hear their truth of why, they're dealing with whatever and how to get out of, where they see themselves envisioned in the next couple of years and teach them that, you really can get out of whatever, We're going to have CEOs, all the way from people that own corporations that are big bosses. And, you're going to see, the steps, learn how to budget, basically teach you the steps. Because as a person, we're on a constant basis, you're living life and you don't have structure enough to know business, because business is not really taught to you in school, which we're doing now. We're learning, how to create a business plan, how to create a budget, the LLC. It's gonna be special. We're gonna see. So those are people here that have an idea or want to just be, want to create something. You're gonna be able to see the process from the beginning to the end of whatever that you want to create. So you'll be able to see, if you have an idea or you have money that you want to put towards something. I'm trying to be able to give people a chance to direct their energy where they can start and they'll know how to do it. Because like me, when I started my invention, I had no clue where to start. And basically this is going to be a rundown of, how to start something. If you have a creative mind or just want to do something, where do you start? With the invention, I'll be able to teach you where to go. Like right now, we're in a maker space where it took me, I didn't even know we had this in Meriden. I lived here my whole life. I didn't even know this shit was here. So you'll understand about a maker space where you can take your idea and you can bring it to great people and, you talk through your idea and present it to them and they'll help you make it. So we're at Nesset right now. The next process is you're gonna need a lawyer firm. If you have a great idea, you wanna get a patent on it. So you're gonna, me personally, I use Robertson Cole. It's one of the best law firms out there. So you're gonna wanna protect your idea. And there's a lot of steps to that. There's a lot of different, legalities that you have to go through. So there's basically the provisional patent, non-provisional patent, and then another patent. And then it keeps going from there. So if you have a great idea and you want to take it to the next level, there's that route. And you're gonna see the process of what it takes to grow that, from the beginning to the end. That's definitely one of the main things, because everybody is special, man. That's the craziest thing. It's just that, a lot of people, I feel like, don't have the confidence to bring out what they really want to bring out in life. Because a lot of people do it for views, right? That's all they're really doing it for. So, once the traction begins and people see that, the true story behind everything, and they do the research, like, damn, and they hear the key, ingredients of, because everything starts with salt and pepper. So when you get the key ingredients and people hear the truth, it's gonna make people just lock in regardless. You know what I'm saying?
Everything starts with salt and pepper.
Everything.
That's the black side of you.
Yo, that's it.
The white side, they might just throw that shit in and cook it.
That's it, yo. So it's gonna, when people hear the real authenticity of this podcast, it's gonna just, make people just boom, damn. Because I want to hit things that people, because I'm the type of person, I say what's on the mind that people won't say. Because I really don't care, because like I tell my friends all the time, I'm a free spirit, because I believe, like, at the end of the day, right, if you're moving with the best intention and you're moving with the divine, that's the main thing to do, right? It's like, no weapon shall prosper, no nothing should bother you, because that's the meaning in life, to be most authentic. I'm not perfect, by any means, but I'll tell you this, like, I just want to see people happy, and I try to give the best energy to everybody I come in contact to. And I feel like that's what the world misses, like, is missing. It's like, at the end of the day, don't take out what's going inside of you on somebody else that is, just living their life and they don't know what you're dealing with internally. So, just whatever triggers you to make you act on some type of way that somebody's treating you, just remember that, they're dealing with something too. So just, the best way I think to get around that is articulate yourself and just being truthful and explain to people like, yo, listen, like I might just had a bad day. A lot of people can't do that and be, vulnerable to the world. Like you have to be able to express yourself in the right ways. I'm going to go around to all the people that are around me that are entrepreneurs that are just going hard at their dream. There's a few people that I'm going to, bring it along this podcast, and it's just to show the beginning steps of how to, grow a business. And I want to, bring that to the public of like, a lot of people get to see the instant gratification from the internet of the special clips like that we're going to do and we're going to edit. But you're going to see how many takes and how many reels it takes to really to do this. So, you're going to see the trials and tribulations of an actual podcast. I always knew I was more than a barber, so I wanted to find something in barbering that I could change the game with, because everybody could do a fade, everybody could do an edge up, scissor cut, but like I wanted to make my stamp, and I basically have an invention for barbers. It's called the Boss, the Barberstop One-Stop Shop. Basically what it is it cleans and sanitizes clippers. Everything came from me knowing as a child I was special to do something to leave my imprint in the world, because I had great understanding as a child. And with the barber invention, it was like there was always something there that I wanted to perfect. Like there were like, I always seen things that I had this, me personally had this invention for a long time ago when there was cords. So in the beginning, when you would shape people up, barbers nowadays, they have cordless clippers. So back when you first started cutting, there were regular clippers where the wire was attached to the wall and the clippers would get hot. So I had an invention basically where there would be a cool care tray that would, basically the clipper would sit in and it would cool the clipper off for when it would get hot on people's scalps to cut their hair. But I never, I didn't know how to start because I was younger. Basically, the white paper that a barber applies to your neck, that's how I got the idea to...
Idea.
I'm sorry. The idea. Idea. So the idea. That don't even sound like me saying it like that.
But
is that
idea
right?
is not a deer. Idea.
Idea. That sounds right?
Idea, not idea.
The idea.
All right.
The
It don't sound
idea.
right, but it's idea.
Okay. So the idea came from pushing in the neck strip, and being able basically to put a clipper in where it's gonna blow off the hair, and then the other side will have the cool care where you're able to spray it off. This ain't the neck strip holder, but this is the idea of this is the neck strip holder right here. You're able to press the clipper in where it will blow off the hair, and then this side is gonna have the cool care, and that's where we got the idea from that. So it came from a neck strip holder, Mike. Yeah, no, so the full-on product is right now. Like I already hit what I want to hit. Like me just starting this is the full-on product. So now you're gonna, I will not stop. So those people out there that, that follow me or watching what I'm doing, this is not gonna be stopped. And we're at a maker spot right now. So if you hear the noise in the background, this is all authentic. This is what goes on in a maker spot. You could build anything here, basically. So if you hear noise in the background, that's just a part of, the ambiance of what's going on. There's so many people out there that have amazing ideas, right? There's so many people out there that are just great, that want to do stuff, but they're the only reason why they're not doing it is because they're scared of what is, the failure of, like, they remember, like, oh my God, how am I going to get there? And they're like, that's how I was, like with with this invention. It's like, where do you start? You know what I'm saying? I basically was remedial in high school. I was in the worst classes. I have if the reading level, I don't even want to know. Right now, like if you're smarter than a second grader, terrible. But like, as far as that, it's like, where do you go? Who do you have outlets to? And then like, how are you able to ask the questions? Because a lot of people, their ego gets the best of them, and you're scared to ask the question because you look stupid. Me, if I don't know something, I ask all the questions till I figure it out, because that's the only way you're gonna become great. if you don't know something, you really don't know something. How you gonna become great if you just faking it all the way through? And that's how the world is. It's like they just faking out, you know. And don't get me wrong, people that make it off, that go viral, that's cool because, you know, the world's seen something, right? They've seen some talent in you, but now what else do? You know, you gotta continue to grow and wanna, you know, hone in your skills. You know, if you get famous off of doing some funny shit, you say you're swimming with an alligator, shit bites you, then what? You know, you gotta have skills, and you gotta be able to articulate yourself. You gotta be able to communicate. You gotta be able to want to always just fall in love with the process of growing, not in the process of just getting there. Because I've been there a couple times when you get to a certain point, you think it's it, and that shit don't mean nothing. You gotta just keep grinding. You want to keep the intensity of that. So I'm making a lot of noise with the shoes too. And this is why it's special too, because you're learning. Like people are gonna be able to tap in, like, okay, boom. When they want to start something, like, okay, boom. How do I start? Make sure you don't have a squeaky chair. Make sure you stay still.
You just gotta start.
You just gotta start. But you gotta, you know, there's a lot of things going on right now. We have the, you know, we're learning everything from scratch. We have the computers. We have, you know, there's so much going on right now. Like, and we have our regular jobs, and we have our like, you know what I'm saying? We're donating. This is all extracurricular activity. This is all stuff that's being done after we done did our 9 to 5s, after we done worked out, after we done spent time with our family. So you gotta learn to donate this time. If you want to be great, how you gonna be great if you just watching? How you gonna be great if you ain't portraying what you trying to live? You're gonna keep yourself hostage. But that's and that's the other thing. Like, that's why this is also so special, because like you're learning how to do this too. So this is a big thing. Like, we're gonna be able to be consultants out there. Like, if you really want to start, if people are really trying to get to this, you better come to us, because we know what we're doing. Obviously, you haven't seen the footage yet, but it's coming soon. You know, that's another big thing. Like, I'm a man of my word. Everything I do, I say I'm gonna do it. Because you know what? At the end of the day, as long as you keep it real with yourself, that's the only thing that matters. It don't matter what the world thinks of you. Just keep it real with yourself, and that's the fucking #1 key ingredient, is keeping it real with yourself. Everything I say, I do, or I try to do. And if I can't, I justify, or I tell why it didn't happen. And it's not, there's no excuses behind it. I'm just gonna keep going, and I'm gonna keep grinding. That's another big thing. No excuses. You know what I'm saying? It might just be a setback, temporary delay, but we're gonna keep pushing no matter what. We had so many setbacks already. You know, it doesn't matter. We still here. You know, people, that's what the world tries to make you feel, like that you're gonna die tomorrow, or you're not gonna have enough. You're gonna wake up tomorrow. As long as you're staying healthy or whatever, and you're controlling your chakras and your stress levels, you're gonna be okay. Trust me, because that's why they call it the present, and that's why they call it the future. You know what I'm saying? Like, today is a present where you can really manifest the best for your future. So every day, if you keep chipping away, you never know what can happen. You never know. How's that, Mike? That's the ill. And the customer is not always right, man. That's why I tell people too, man. If you know you're doing the right things in life, man, and people come up to you, and when I say customer, that's anybody that contradicts what you're trying to do, that they're not living. So if you out here living the best life and you're really doing what you're trying to do, don't worry about what people are saying. You know what I mean? Just treat them fairly. Treat them fair. Don't, that's what they're dealing with. Let them continue to live their life, because, a lot of people don't have the audacity to get up and want to be something during the day. They want to fill into the normal 9 to 5 because it's easy. So for people out there that are really chasing your dream, just do it. Just hop out there and just do this shit.